Hey,
Yeah. And
no,
so,
you keep that. Look, we don't
so
want that,
yeah,
do we, Randy?
so so I get to do that in this play also. So that's always pretty cool.
Okay, so far, so how many cities are you guys going
There's
to?
going to be this right now. We're at 5 cities.
5 cities.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got 3 confirmed city dates, and then the other 2 are in the works.
Cool.
So
All right.
yeah.
So starting out in Atlanta. Okay. I just left from Atlanta. I went to Atlanta over this weekend.
Okay.
So yeah, it was quite interesting. I must say, it was a quite interesting trip.
Yeah, I love
Um,
Atlanta. I mean, that's where the film industry is at right now,
yeah.
and it's absolutely booming. The only place that has more filming than Atlanta is the country of Canada.
Ah.
So, so right now Atlanta is definitely the hub, and they get a lot of studios, and a lot more studios are being built. So,
Cool.
so yeah, and that's what I when you was talking about my characters, I'm going to be filming a pilot. I'm still
Okay.
debating if I'm going to film it here in Michigan or if I'm going to film it down in Atlanta, because I mean, there's just a ton of resources down there also.
Okay.
But my team is here, so I'm trying to.
So
debate.
are you gonna pick your team up and take your team to Atlanta with
So
you?
so yeah, I've been really thinking about that. I definitely I can't do my pilot without my crew,
Right.
and those guys, some of the people that I love, these guys dearly,
You
and
kind of need them.
yeah, well, it just one of the things that I love. I always look out for my people. So I'm like, we were talking about amongst ourselves, like, when you make it, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm definitely gonna produce something that I can cash you guys into it.
Nice.
So, and I'm the one that's gonna actually do that.
Right.
If there's anybody that's gonna do it, I'm one of the people that's really gonna do that.
That's
so,
cool.
So yeah.
So you're not gonna leave them behind and be like,
No.
"Oh, I've made it and goodbye." So
Yeah,
yeah,
now
okay.
so yeah, I definitely would like to film the pilot. Now, if they get picked up by a major studio and they make me get rid of all of them, I mean, then that's how that works. But I'm joking. But no, you know what I'm saying? That'd be awesome, like something like that we
Did
put
y'all
together.
hear what he just said, y'all? He just threw hella shade at all of y'all.
Nah,
Look, no, I'm just playing.
that's really funny. But no, that would like to be the perfect thing ever to get picked up by something. They like, hey, we love the whole team, because I've watched shows on Netflix and you didn't recognize any of those people.
Right.
And the series was great.
Yes.
And I'm like, the guys here, even talking with King, stuff like that, we have a lot of great talent here.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talent in Detroit. A lot.
I'm 100% positive we could produce something that's great, high quality, that could get all of our names out there, because of the talent that we have here. So.
Absolutely. So I know that you also said that you have a few movie premieres coming up as well.
Yeah, there's a movie coming out that should be released this year called The Sins of David, and the starring Johann Smiles and Tony Grant, and I was one of the supporting actors in that, and Keely Stevens was the lead actress in it. So that should be coming out this summer, and also there's another movie called All in All that's produced by Izzy Dre, and he did one of those where he took the whole entire crew and created a movie with it.
Nice.
So that's supposed to be coming out this summer. And then I just finished week before last filming a movie for Allen Houston from the Detroit Pistons and New York Knicks.
Nice.
He had his team come down here from New York to film a movie, and I was the lead actor in that. So that should be probably coming out by next year, though.
All this talent. I just been talking to talent this last, 30 minutes. It's so much talent between just King and Richard. Like, they got skills, y'all. Okay, so let's go back. So I know we first started talking about your characters, and we were talking about your favorite character.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about some of the characters that you play, because you got a couple that I've seen.
So I got there's 4 main ones, and the one is and so like my series is actually based on like it has like it's like a church thing.
Okay.
You have the pastor, which is Pastor Ricky Mason, and the younger version, like a lot of people know me as Dickie. That's the name I go by, and but the younger character of Pastor Ricky Mason his name is Dickie, and Dickie is a 1970s pimp in the 90s, and then he becomes the pastor of the church.
The pimp becomes the pastor of the church.
Becomes the pastor of the church. So Pastor Ricky has the word in him. It's over 20 years now, and he's definitely gotten the word in him, but he's still
A pimp.
an ex-pimp.
So it's like he got the word, but it's like
his wife is. His wife was his bottom B, and so she's the same way. She's got a good message in it, but she's still, they're not polished.
Wow.
And then you have the janitor of the church, which is Eddie Peterson. He lives at the church, has always lived there. No one know where he came from, but he lives in the basement. He keeps it clean. He don't bother nobody. Nobody bother him. He comes up, keeps the place clean. And then you have the worship leader, which is his LeBroderick Gay. And
where you come with these names?
So LeBroderick Gay, he's very flamboyant. He believes that the more glitter and the more bedazzling he wears, the closer God can see him. But he's not gay at all. He's actually like a womanizer. But the last name Gay is the play on the name, play on the character. And actually, so everybody is inspired by somebody in my life, you know.
Okay.
So if you think about the names, like LeBroderick, the last name Rick, the last part of the name is Rick. That's part of me.
It's part of you.
Ricky Mason. You've got the Earl, which is my dad, Earl Smith. My family last name is Gay and Smith. Those are my family name and Peterson. So all those characters have different names. But then you have like background characters that never really get shown in the front. Like you got the crackhead that sleeps outside the church. That's all he ever does, sleeps outside the church. Then you have the runaway slave who's been running away, still trying to find freedom, doesn't know he's been free.
I'm so over you right now.
So he's like in the background, you just see this slave just running still. He comes from a tribe that was in hiding, didn't know black people became free. And when the family died, his mother's last wish was him to run off and find freedom, not knowing that he was free. So he's just still running. He's still running for freedom. And so you have like those little different kind of characters that I have in it.
So this is just like your favorite characters, or you're actually all putting them together in something though, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
So the series is based on those four.
Okay.
The pastor, the worship leader, the janitor, and the old man, the deacon.
Okay.
The series is based on those four, and then like. So those are front characters, and you have characters that's in the background.
And those are the characters in the background.
Those are the characters that's in the background that you never really get introduced to.
Okay.
And it's just I love, one of the things I love about the films is that when a writer can have something that you're watching, but you have to rewatch it to catch the stuff that's happening in the background.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of writing I do.
Okay.
So I have other characters in the background. There might be a time where somebody's sitting watching TV, and if you don't pay attention,
you're not going to see.
That TV's got something happening on that TV that we filmed. It's things like that.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
Writing is definitely a skill. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I think my everyday life probably could be like some type of play, or it would be interesting though. Yeah. It'd definitely be interesting. Yeah. So, how long have you been acting?
Since 2008.
Since I already asked you that. So what was one of, I don't know, do you think that you came across any challenges or like any barriers being a full-time actor?
So it's funny because like a lot of my friends are starting to make that transition to leave corporate America. And one of the things I let them know is like, hey, get with me. If you want to do it, put me in your back pocket, because I survived it. Mm-hmm. I didn't take just a normal leap of faith. I was in management at General Motors. I was in management at an automotive company, and I was doing. I worked my way up the ladder. I'd been there 15 years. I was over 5 different departments. I was doing okay for myself, and then I quit that.
You just quit.
Actor. So I wasn't. And so I've had people like, oh, you're stupid. That's the. People dream to have the job you had. And so I tell people I climbed my way up the corporate ladder and then jumped off of it. Mm-hmm. And I kept falling until I no longer saw a bottom anymore.
Wow.
So I tell people that at some point I turned my back to the ground and all I can see is the sky now. So it was a huge transition.
Absolutely.
And, I'm a full-time single father. I have 2 daughters that I raised by myself, and doing that and still having to provide the same lifestyle for them that I did when I was working for a major automotive company, when I went from making a certain number of figures to no figures, and still having to provide the did you ever feel like, okay, I made a mistake. I should not have quit
or
the one thing I can say is, from the very next day that I left, I have been happy every single day. I have I've woke up happy every single day since I left.
See, now to me, like that right there, y'all, that is an entrepreneur. Like that is like the biggest risk ever. Like you were there, you were good, you were comfortable, you knew how much money that you were bringing home, every week or bi-weekly, and then one day you just said, you know what, nope, this is not what I want to do. So I'm literally, like you said, you climbed the corporate ladder and you jumped off,
Right.
And you took that risk, and look what that risk, look where you are now. So that's success. Because I was going to ask you, my next question was, would you consider yourself to be successful?
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
And I'm very careful of how I say things, because I literally give 100% credit to God.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I don't, because like I can audition for 40 things. I mean, easily. I mean, literally, I'm giving you a real number. I can audition for 40 things and not hear from one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can audition for 10 things and hear from 9. I have no control over that.
Right.
But someone else does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not me. All I'm doing is putting myself out there.
Right.
And there's actually, trying to be a professional actor, there's a level of insanity to it, because you keep going to places and they keep telling you no. What's to encourage you to keep going? Right?
Exactly.
The only thing that keeps you keep going is that you just know that
somebody's going to say yes.
Somebody's going to say yes at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that yes is so far and few in between, it's ridiculous. And then sometimes you're killing it. Sometimes I'm killing the game. Sometimes sometimes it's like, there's money everywhere. And then sometimes
I would have
nothing.
to agree with you with that, because I mean, it's like every time, like we're Facebook friends, so you're scrolling through your wall and you see different things. So for instance, like you turn around when Richard is doing a commercial. What was it? Men's
the Joe Porter suit.
Yeah, the Joe Porter suit commercial. So guys, if you when you watch this and you say, hey, he looks familiar, probably from there. Or it may be the Detroit Edison commercial.
It's like there's literally, I think there's like 8 commercials running right now, and I've done like 30.
Yeah,
or so
I'm like, oh my God, he's like on the DTE commercial. You were on some
Motor City Casino commercial.
Okay, tell us about these commercials, because
So the ones that are running right now, because I'm the face of Joe Porter suits, men's suits. So there's a Joe Porter suit commercial. DTE commercial is running. Level 1 bank commercial coming. If you go to open up a Level 1 bank account, when you sign in, you're going to see my face. There's the Motor City Casino commercial that's running right now. There's a Fago radio commercial. There's a cash advance company loan where I'm actually
Are you like one of the cashiers at the cash?
No, that's a radio commercial where I'm actually, my voice is yeah, tell them Dickie Mason sent you. So you don't hear me, but you don't realize me unless you hear the Dickie Mason record, because I'm like, I had to do a deep voice.
You had to do a deep voice for that one.
Voice for it. There's Henry Ford Museum commercial. Wow. There's a Carmanos commercial that's running right now.
Wow.
I keep saying I'm gonna start writing them down, because people ask that all the time. Hey, what else are you in?
Right. Aren't you in like some videos, like some HR videos as well?
I'm in
some
training videos. I am if you hired in at like Kroger, I'm in their training video. If you hire in at if you even hire in at do some work for some training for like Chrysler, I'm in their training video. I don't even remember being in there.
You don't even remember doing
like
that.
Embassy Suites training videos.
You are everywhere. So you guys make sure, not only do you listen to the audio, make sure you watch the video, because I promise you guys are going to be like, oh, that's the guy from such and such commercial, or that's the guy from this, or that's the guy from that. So yes, he is like everywhere. I think I have seen literally already 15 seriously, no joke, I'm so not over exaggerating. I think I've already seen 15 commercials, but on social media, because I don't watch TV. Yeah. So, but he is, I've seen 15 commercials, y'all.
You may not recognize me, but your grandma knows exactly who I am. She's watching Jeopardy.
Right.
And I'm in those commercials.
Every single day. She's like, oh, I know him. Okay, so we're talking about, your acting career. So how did modeling how did that come into play?
So modeling is actually a funny story. So in 2012, I was just curious as if I was hot enough to model. There was no there was literally there was no pre-desire for it.
You just wanted to see if you could
There
do
was,
it.
yeah, I just want to say, I'm like, are you hot enough to model, right? And I'm like, so I used to watch like America's Next Top Model or whatever, but I never even took that like realistically. It was just like, I just like seeing people fight for their dreams, right? And this is
Dude is fine
right.
though,
So,
y'all. So like, whoever, dude is fine. He got some nice eyes. Like he is some eye candy over here.
so I decided to go. There was an audition.
Okay.
There was an audition for a fashion show. I didn't know what you were supposed to wear. I didn't know what you're supposed to do. I started walking, so I went in the audition. I'm walking, and I can hear and as I'm walking, I can see like there's like it's this long room, and there's women doing multiple things, right? And as I'm walking, I can see them all stopping to look. Well, I'm walking, and then I hear the one lady who was part of one of the producers of the show. She says, "He definitely a man," and I'm like, I hope that's a good thing, because I'm like, I'm a straight dude, right? Is that a good thing in my life? You know, I'm like, oh man, what if that's a bad thing? You know, so she's like, look, I don't know how I'm gonna use you, but I'm definitely gonna use you for the show. Did the worst I've ever done.
Did you?
I did the worst I've ever done in my life, and that was my first show. I got no pictures from it. I did a horrible job, and then next thing I know, I did 16 shows that year.
Really?
Everybody wanted me in their shows.
That's what's
and I started learning how to do it, and then in the very next year, I got picked up by several different agencies, and then I started modeling for Ford, Chrysler, GM. I was doing magazines and commercials. That was only 1 year after starting it.
Wow.
So,
that's dope. That's like that is amazing. That's wonderful. That's all like great. One of the things, you guys, so, you know, like anybody that knows me knows I have the gift of gab. I'm always meeting people and, you know, just finding out. I know, right, Randy? Randy's like, no, really? You got the gift of gab? Yes. Like, it's hard to believe, isn't it, Randy? So, I met Richard when he was auditioning for a play, Trip of a Lifetime, which I did go see, and he did really, really good. But what I didn't know is that I actually had seen Richard probably 7 years ago. 7 years ago, Agents of Hope.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Shola,
so
yeah, that's right.
He actually
was the king.
He was the king in a fashion show, y'all. And so, you know, it's just funny how like the world is very small. Like, had Shola not been in where we were at the same time, I would have never known that you were the king from his gala. So yeah, so he had skills then, y'all. So you know, he's definitely out here. He might be in a mailer that comes to your house. His picture might be on it. You know, you just never know. So okay, I'm trying to see if I had any other good questions, but I think I don't. Randy's just gave me the 2, so that's basically to say I have 2 minutes left. So with these 2 minutes, I'm going to ask you, how can people connect with you on social media?
Okay, so on social media, my name is Dickie Mason, and that's DickieMason. And my father's name was Dickie, and I lost my father back in 2003, and a lot of who I am is from him. So giving homage to my father, I go by the name of Dickie now in the entertainment world.
Okay.
And so on Instagram is I am Dickie Mason, and then on Facebook is Dickie Mason. And then I have a website, www.dickiemason.com.
I didn't know about the website, y'all. I'm going to have to go on there and look, see what he got on there. Okay, so I have, just to share with you guys before we end, June 18th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., you are invited to a business roundtable event. Connect and network with business leaders and entrepreneurs. This roundtable is designed to discuss topics relevant to business and business growth. Why you should attend: enhance your brand credibility, meet potential business partners, showcase your industry knowledge. You can register at www.coachangelita.com/events. So, and And you can also always connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Angelita the Coach, and Twitter Coach_Angelita. Richard, thank you so much. Or
Thanks
I'm
for
sorry,
having
I
me.
should say Dickie. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For coming and hanging out with me and chatting. You and King both. You guys are so talented. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, make sure you go on there. If you have not seen the movie Wait, make sure you go on there and watch the movie Wait. King has the first episode of Transitions is now on there. Dickie Mason is out here casting in movies, plays. Y'all, you're gonna turn on your TV and you're gonna see him. You're gonna be like, "That's the dude that was on Angelita's podcast." Absolutely, absolutely. So, thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk with Angelita. I will see you in 2.